Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your host for the most underdone toast here coming live. This is episode 16 of Road to 2000. Thankfully, I have been able to train a little bit this morning, and I just want to share my thoughts because as I go through this journey to 2000, I'm going to be learning a lot of different things, and I want to share as much of it as possible with my viewers. So this morning, I rewatched a video that I watched yesterday, and I discussed it a little bit, where it's discussed how to best learn tactics in chess. Now, most people go over puzzles, which I agree is so far the best way to become better at doing tactics. But in the video, this guy was discussing how pattern recognition is the best way to become better. And what he was explaining is, let's say you're in school and you're doing flashcards to memorize a very specific thing. Well, once you're done going through those flashcards and you have it memorized, then you could recognize it in an instant and you can know it perfectly. Well, the thing about chess is the point of puzzles isn't to memorize, it's to learn, and it's to be able to recognize instead of just completely know everything. So the chances of you getting an exact puzzle in one of your games is very, very low, but the chances of actually seeing a tactic that you've used before in puzzles is very, very high. So in this video, he was discussing how you can go to Lucas Chess, which is a program. We're going to go to Train, Tactics, learn tactics by repetition. Then you can just choose any of these. I'm just going to choose this one because I was using it earlier this morning. And it's going to give you the same puzzles over and over in a randomized order. Now, the point of this is that maybe some people will say, well, hey, that's just memorizing a puzzle. You're not having to think at all. Which is true, you're not really having to think, but what you are learning to do is gain pattern recognition. So I've done this puzzle a few times. We're just going to bring the queen up, and then we'll bring the rook up, and boom, that's checkmate. We'll go again. We're going to bring, what was it? Oh yeah, we're going to bring the rook up, then bring the bishop up, that's check again. And as you do these puzzles over and over, you're like, hey, there's not much thought process going on. I didn't have to analyze anything. I barely even had to think. But you are going to recognize that, hey, I could use my knight and my queen and my rook together in this sort of fashion. So boom, boom, boom. Same thing as earlier. Say, hey, that's pretty interesting. And then here's one that I was doing earlier today. We'll see if we can... Oh, no, this is the one I just did, actually. So you can look at this and be like, hey, I recognize these lines that I'm playing because I've done the puzzle a billion times. I'm going to sacrifice this piece in order to bring my two bishops together, work with the queen. So I've been doing that so far today, and I've really enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if it is going to be an amazing strategy, but so far I've been enjoying it, and I will continue working on it and let you guys know if I feel like my tactics are becoming better. All right, and with that said, let's go ahead and hop right in. Like I said, I will post that video in the description. I think I forgot to do it yesterday, so I will make sure to do that today. All right, we're facing Gerbo Man. And he has a 1231 with a question mark. Looks like he plays rapid games. And I'll drink to that. Okay. Very interesting. He allows me to take his bishop. Let's just continue focusing on development. We could try to get him to back up by pushing this pawn, but that wouldn't really do much for us other than, you know, pushing this pawn and gaining a tempo. Okay. He tries to corner my bishop, If he pushes this pawn, we'll have to be prepared for that, because then he would be able to go here, and I would be cornered. Maybe I'll threaten the knight with my queen by moving here. Guys, we're getting close to 1300. Every time we hit a milestone, such as 1300, 1400, 1500, I'm going to do something special for you guys. I'm going to throw a little party or something. So yeah, he does indeed prepare to corner my bishop. In order to counteract that, I'm simply going to push this pawn, create an escape route, and we'll be fine. It does weaken my kingside defense a little bit, but I don't think it's that huge of a deal. Okay, I like to protect this pawn. It looks like my queen is the only choice, or I could just move back. But then take. He'd be able to bring his queen in, so I'd rather not do that. So let's just go and move my queen up for now. And that does cut off my bishop, so I kind of regret that. Maybe I should just move my queen here. I think just because it's going to get a little bit cluttered in a second. You know, I'll move my knight here and then my bishop here, and then I'll castle. I would like to take this pawn, but I'm going to need another attacker, because I don't want him to bring his queen in. Okay, so he starts marching up. Thankfully, that actually allows me to take. That allows me to go ahead and take that pawn. So now he'll probably have to move this knight somewhere. And as I've said before, I'm not the biggest fan of knights. I don't like it when they work together like this, because then they can just fork you in so many different ways. So I'm going to need to be very, very careful with these two knights. It is a big weakness of mine. I think I'll move this knight and attack this guy. Or I can move here, and then if he takes, I could take with the pawn. Let's move here. If he takes my bishop, then I'll take, and then I might just want to leave my rook here, since it's going to be an open H file. So I am up by 3 at the moment, but you know, I'm in just kind of a weird spot with all my pieces. There's a lot of open space. Let's move here. He's gonna have to move. He'll probably just take. And then maybe I can threaten check at some point. Let's make sure I don't miss anything, though. Is there a better method? Better method to the madness. I think just taking this pawn is probably best. Clear here. He does have a knight protecting this, so he might move in with his knight. Yeah. He may soon fork my king and my rook. So I need to watch this square. So how about I just go ahead and move my bishop here. Then if he does move, I'll take and we'll just do a trade. I won't be in check, so I'll have some more wiggle room. But I'm suspecting he was trying to move here. Could bring in another pawn. But I'd be able to take, so he's definitely going to have to move his queen. So how's he going to defend this piece while moving his queen is the question. Oh, I'm in check there. Okay. Could move here. Or I could just move this piece up. Which move is better? I feel like just moving this piece up will be better. So let's go in and do that. If he moves here, then he's going to be double attacking my bishop. He might just move back now. I wish I could get a check with him using my dark squared bishop, but I can't at the moment. Could move here at some point. He'd probably just move here though. There's a lot of pressure on this pawn at the moment. Because if he were to move here, then that's two larger attackers coming in, putting me in check. I need to get the rest of my pieces out, I think. Out of water. Sponsor, by the way, for today is Skittles. Taste the Rainbow. Go check them out at Skittles.com. They are fantastic. Muy fantástico. And I highly recommend them. Personally, if you were to ask me my favorite flavor or variation of Skittles, I would have to say sour Skittles. I really like the sour Skittles. Okay, so he's allowing me to take his knight. Question is, do we want to do that with the bishop or with my queen? I'm thinking queen would be best. Keep a nice formation here. And then I want to bring in my other rook and get these pieces out. Okay, this looks like a solid move. Able to X-ray the rook. And he's not able to put me in check at the moment. So that should be a solid plan. We could offer the trade, and if he doesn't take it, put a check in our back pocket. I doubt he'll take the trade, but I'm able to centralize my queen, and it's on a dark square, so I just feel like it's a good spot. Plus, I'm blocking off these two. Okay, so he does take it. Starts to try and get his bishop out. So let's try to get all of our pieces into the game now. Not much point in castling now. Well, I do want to get him out here. Maybe I'll just put my rook here. So let's prepare to attack this pawn. And then let's go ahead and defend this pawn while covering this space. Bring my rooks into the game. I'll be placing this one here in a moment. Push, 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 all the way to a queen. And hopefully that will give us some nice success. Now I think his strategy is to push all these pawns and hopefully make a queen himself. But he might move here and then here, take, take. So I think I'm pretty solid on that side. So let's go ahead and start pushing this pawn. Okay, he's going to threaten this knight. I can simply move my king here. There is this pawn here though, so this actually is not a passed pawn. Let's put him in check. Then we'll decide how to deal with these guys. I'm thinking just move here. And then if he moves, I'm able to take. If he moves here, I'm able to take. He does have a rook here though, so maybe I should bring my other rook over first. Let's bring this rook in and then we'll take. Unless he does a trade. But I'd be okay with trades this far in the game. Okay. Things are getting a little dangerous with the way he's playing though. So let's make sure that we don't blow this. I could just move my guys back. I like to bring my bishop in. I'll bring him here. So that way if he pushes, I can take. And I'm able to secure this pawn. Try making queen of my own. Yeah, he's definitely getting a little too close for comfort at the moment with his two pawns. So even though I am up by 8, you know, the game could still change if he were to push. So I have to be careful. Okay, let's take. And see what he's up to. Let's see. I just made a mistake with that, but I think we'll be fine. If I go here, then he'll take. Let's see. If I were to push my pawn and he takes, then I can simply take him. If I were to push my pawn and he went here, I would take, he take, and then I take. So I'm just going to ignore him, actually. Which may seem kind of silly, but I think it's the best move. I've definitely made some mistakes here in the endgame with letting him get this close, but I think we're okay. Okay, so he just blunders. Make our queen. And he resigned. Okay. So yeah, definitely a few mistakes near the end there, just because I shouldn't have let his pawns get that close. But other than that, I feel like it was a pretty solid game. Check what our accuracy score was. Okay. 96% accuracy, guys. Wow. I'm happy to say that I'm on a roll recently, which is nice because I've just been in a dip for so long that it's great to see them back to playing well. All right. So he did make a huge mistake at the beginning. I think that's what gave me the game. But yeah, that was his only blunder. So he actually also played fairly well. He played with an 86% accuracy. But, you know, it's all it takes is one blunder. He didn't move his bishop away. We continue developing. He tries to trap my bishop. I'm able to stop it. He tries to do an attack with 2 knights. I'm able to counteract with my knights. Looks like that was an inaccuracy. I was supposed to move my knight up. But I was still able to stop him from putting me in check. I was able to take the knight up by 5. Trade my bishop for a rook up by 7. Trade off the queens. Yeah, I mean, it says that I played with a 96% accuracy, so I'm very happy with that. But if there's anything I would change, I would focus more on these 2 pawns, not let them get so close, just because, you know, I basically had a win on the table, and they were still way back on the 5th rank. So, but that's okay. So he starts pushing with the pawns. He does fairly well. He makes a trade, knight for his bishop. I'm able to put my bishop in a pretty solid spot. And so I wonder if this was the best move then. Let's see. No, it says the best move would be moving my rook up to g4. But moving my pawn in front of my bishop like didn't really move the scale too much. I did make the right move by pushing my pawn up. I'm not panicking because of that, because if I were to do something like this, well, it looks like the scale actually isn't changing too much, but that's just because I'm so far ahead. I think I made an okay move by pushing my pawn. Okay, he tried to bring in his rook for support, blundered it, and then that was game. Awesome. Let's do one more for you guys, and then we'll call that a day. It is Friday, no work, so I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. My wife wants to go out and spend some time by herself. Good for her. Get some alone time. Okay, we do. So he's playing variation of the Queen's Gambit. Usually I don't take, but since in this instance, I think all he can really do is attack with the queen. I'm going to go ahead and do that just because, you know, we've been in this situation before. It's best to, yeah, he just loses a tempo more or less. In fact, I'm trying to remember what I did last time we played in this variation. Maybe I just pushed up here, stopped the pawn from moving. Then we'll bring bishop out. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's bring our bishop out. And just develop all of our pieces. And then we'll go ahead and castle on kingside. Wondering if I should bring my bishop my bishop here and then move my knight later. But let's worry about that after we castle. Okay, he starts to try and go for the fried liver. Fried liver attack, which, ooh, don't like that. Don't like that. Ilana Stupid, 1, 2, 3, trying to get us with the fried liver attack. We don't want that to happen. So how can we cover this square? Move here. Yeah, I think that would be the best move. Take. He has another knight. Dang it. Alright, guys. I think we just messed up. Uh-oh. Maybe if I move here and he takes, I can take, he takes, and then I take my pawn back. Still leaving this pawn relatively exposed, though. I don't know if I want that to happen. Also, you could just take with this knight. Oh, no, I'm on, like, a huge winning streak right now, and I feel like I'm about to... Okay, good. So he does do it. Yeah, he was able to take with his knight there, so I'm just, like... Just had a little bit of a brain frazzle. Shouldn't have allowed him to do that. My king's about to be in the wide open, by the way. Which I don't like. But you know what would be kind of cool is if he decided to take with this pawn first. I took with my bishop, and then he took here. Because then maybe I could bring my queen in and attack the queen and the rook. Now he takes with his queen. Very nice. Very nice. That's dangerous because now he's double pinning this pawn. I feel like it's time to bring in reinforcements. That was probably the best move because now I'm not able to take here. I could just bring my rook here. Then take. But I feel like it'd be better to bring my bishop in. But then if he goes here, I can't stop him, is the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a predicament. Can't go here. Yeah, I would like to go here, but it just seems very dangerous. I'm going to move my rook instead. I feel like we're blowing this opening. Okay. So we are able to take the pawn. It's going to leave my king a little exposed. What if he forks these two? And he has a rook right here. Yep, guys, this is getting very, very bad very, very quickly. I think I should bring my knight here. Or possibly... Let's see. I need to get my king into a spot where I can castle. Bring my knight in. I think I should do my bishop just because my bishop is currently undefended. I mean, this guy, I think this guy is just going to start going all-out attack on me. Yep. Whew. This is scary, boys. This is scary. So now he's double attacking this piece. I do have a defender here, though. Yeah, I have... Okay, so I have plenty of defenders on this piece. I feel like I should just move my bishop. Let's do that. That way, if he does move his knight away, I'm able to take. Let's see if he can put me in check at all. Go here, I'd be fine. Go here, I'd be fine. Go here, I'd be fine. Okay, I think we're okay. And of course, he does stop me from castling. My sweet, sweet castling. I think we should just trade off some pieces and try to get him to move. Here, here. Here? Just don't like how wide open my king is going to be. Hey, good. Like, he's playing... He or she is playing fairly well. Stopping me from castling is a good move. Now, what's the best move for me? I really want to just take here. Take. Then move. Well, I can't do that. Move my knight up here. This is rough. This is rough, people. There is one sequence out there. There's one move that if I make, I'll be okay. But I have to figure out what it is. Take. Move here. But he's still blocking me. If I move here, take. Maybe I should move here. It's not making any trades. I'm afraid he's going to do something with this knight. I really want to take it out, so I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go for the knight. They're too tricky, in my opinion. Well, it's not that they're too tricky. It's that I'm scared. I'm scared of them. I'm a baby, is what it is. Speaking of babies, my baby just woke up. All right, we're going to have to go back and check that move because I feel like I just took it because I'm scared of knights, but perhaps it would have been better to defend with my bishop. All right, what's the next best thing to do here? Move here, get him to move his queen, and then try to take his bishop. I also need to get this rook in. What if he were to go here, though? Let's go for it. He might take here, but I would be able to take his queen, so he's going to have to move first. And I have a possible check. Not that it really helps me in this position, but... Okay. So he does move. I'm able to take his bishop. Yeah, I just feel like I did not perform very well in the opening of this game. But it goes to show even at the high 1200s, like, you can just miss really obvious stuff, giving up a pawn. Sometimes giving up an entire piece, like my opponent just did. It'd be awesome if I could move here, forking these two. But he currently has this queen locked down. Let's go here. Ugh, my rooks aren't connected. If my rooks were connected, that would be fantastic. How can I make that happen? He's about to take here. I'd like to go in this spot. But he just take. And I'm running low on time. If I were to go here, he could just take me is the problem. That's why you always want a castle. Connect your rooks. Maybe there's some really cool move I can do that will give me a piece. Man, I'm just running low on time. Maybe I should move here and then move my rook over. So go here. He takes, I take. Let's do that in the interest of time. Yeah, I have to connect my two rooks right now. Oh no, look. Ah. You always see it too late, unfortunately. You always see it just barely too late. Dang, that's a shame. That's a shame. Okay. So now I'm in check. Let's move back. He continues to push. He's now up by 2. Ah, I should have seen that. He's x-raying my king. I want to save my rook if possible. Yeah, I'm just like locked down on so many positions right now. I'm in a very, very sticky situation. I can't threaten the queen is the problem. I really need to move my king over here, but I can't. Again, running out of time. I totally had that game. I feel like it, but oh well. There's still time. There's still time. Okay, that wasn't a blunder. I was like, what the? I'd like to get my rook here. Let's try to attack this bishop first. Move here. Uh-oh. I think that's game. I take, he takes, and I can't take him back. Okay, never mind. That's not game because I can move my queen, but that was very scary for a moment. Hate the spot that this bishop is in. I have to move my king. Okay, first, let's move here. Try to get my king out of here. He could just take this bishop for free. Yeah, I'm just like... I mean, he might be getting a checkmate on me pretty quickly here. If he were to move here, I could take... Have to get rid of this guy so that way I can escape into a corner. This is why you castle, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you castle. It's to stop nonsense such as this. Okay, well, I'm out of time, so, you know, time to just make moves out of pure instinct. Oh, that is checkmate. Okay. Alright, guys, let's run the analysis and then call that a day. I do feel like I had that win, and I basically just blundered it, but it happens. Like I said, I'm pretty satisfied with how I've been playing recently. You gotta stay accurate every game is the thing, and that's hard to do sometimes. Is it analyzing? What's happening? Did it freeze? I feel like it froze or something. Let me refresh it. There we go. No, he was actually winning by a considerable amount almost the entire time. So let's see what we did wrong there. So we took, which is what I always do in that position. We're pretty flat for the first part. This was a mistake, so I was afraid that he was going to come in with the fried liver attack. I decided to defend. Looks like I should have just ignored him, though. So go here. He goes here. Okay, well, we still would have been tied on material if that happened. But I didn't want the fried liver attack, so I decided to push my pawn. I miscalculated, is what happened. Because by going here, he has this guy, this guy, this guy, and his queen, all on that one spot. And I totally fell for it. And then I pushed this pawn up, which was a mistake. He didn't catch that. I was able to, well, I was going to say I was able to kind of save the situation, but not really. So as you guys can see, we are currently on, what, turn 7, 8, 9, and the game is already just wildly in his favor because of the mistakes that I made in the opening. So it's basically this move right here cost me the game. Only 52% accuracy. I just did not play well that time. So pushing the pawn was a mistake that he did not catch, thankfully. So I went ahead and took the knight. Took his pawn back. So he's only up by 1 in material, but, you know, I've lost my castling privileges. My king is in the wide open, and he has a lot of attackers coming in. That's why this is such a significant difference. So it's not always about material. Okay, so I try to defend. And this is the move that I was wondering if I could save the game with. It's saying I should have brought my rook in, which makes sense, but I wanted to get rid of that knight, which looks like it was a mistake. I tried to take the knight, or the bishop, and this is the one chance I had to take the game back. Because I was able to take that bishop. I was now up by 2. But I just made another enormous blunder because he was X-raying my king, and I decided to move the only piece that is protecting my king from being X-rayed. So he moves, gets me there, and then after that, it's just, you know, a barrage of attacks. There's really not much I could do at that point. In fact, it's guaranteed checkmate. Well, not absolutely guaranteed, but look how far in the lead he is here. So, guys, what lessons can we learn from this loss? I would say number one is make sure you have more attackers than there are defenders, because that's what gave him the lead in the first place. And number two is make sure that your king, well, number two, I would say, is make sure you castle. And number three is make sure your king isn't being X-rayed before moving a piece. Because I was in the lead. I had the chance to win the game. Pretty much my only chance, because he played pretty well. But I blew it by moving this guy. I should have gone here, it looks like. Maybe we'll see how this plays out really quick, and then we'll call that a video. Okay, so I'm in the lead. I take. He moves, and then it's saying I should take here. And then it's kind of a complicated position. Saying to move back. He takes. We do queen trade. Okay, but now I'm in, you know, a slightly better position, and I'm up by one piece. I mean, 1 point of material, but the big difference is he has 3 special pieces, meanwhile I have 4, which is a really big advantage. All right, so a few important lessons that we just learned in that second game. I'll make note of those, and all we can do is hope that we don't make those again, right? Practice, 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 and don't repeat mistakes. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you list in the comments what you guys want to see in my videos. Do you guys want to see more puzzles? Do you want me to annotate my games a little differently when I speak about them? I mean, let me know, because I'm here to bring you guys along for the ride. Someday we will reach 2,000 ELO, and I want you guys to be able to learn and practice with me all along the way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. No, smash that like button. Subscribe, share a favorite, and donate. Just kidding, I don't actually have a donation, but donations are awesome if you find out a way to get me free money. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks again.